and welcome back to J'sForum. So we are back into our Audacity tutorial series. So if you're new, then let me tell you that it's a new series that I've started where I'm going to share my knowledge of Audacity so that you yourself can also become experienced enough in order to edit your own audio, reduce or remove any background noise, clean your audio recordings and everything that you can do with this amazing free software. Okay, so in the previous video we have seen how to install the software and also how to get started with it. So in this video we are going to take our discussion a bit further and we are going to discuss how you can record audio in Audacity and also about some of the basic tools like play, pause, stop and some basic functionalities in Audacity. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so we are back into our Audacity software, and in the previous video I told you that this is how it is going to look when you don't have anything going on in Audacity and you have actually opened this for the very first time. So let me make you accustomed with this interface. So this is basically the Audacity interface. Here you can see that we have got certain menus and these are all like drop down menus. We are going to discuss about these one by one as we proceed further in this series. And then we have a lot of things going on here. Now this might be pretty confusing to you at the first, but once you just understand what essentially each tool does, it's going to be pretty easy for you to catch. Okay. So let me just quickly take you to certain things right here. So as you can see that here we have certain buttons. Now definitely this one is for recording. So you can record your voice by using this button. And this one is for stopping the audio. This is to play an audio clip. And this is definitely to pause. So you can see that you also get the keyboard shortcuts for each one of these. That's pretty easy. And then we have two other buttons as well. This is going to skip to the start of the audio. That is the initial point of the audio, and it's actually going to take you to the end of the audio or to the last bit of your audio. Okay. So these are the buttons about which we are going to discuss in this video. And also before actually showing you how to record and everything, there are certain other things which I want you to tell. So if you just see at the bottom portion right here, you can see that we have something called a project rate and the unit is hertz. So from the unit itself, you can make out that this is basically a frequency. So that is basically the sample rate. Okay. And we have already discussed in the previous video that Audacity has the power that you can work with multiple audio tracks at the same time. Right? And therefore, what you can do is you can also work with multiple audio tracks having various different, sample rates or project rates at the same time. So that is basically the power Audacity beholds. So that is the thing which I wanted to tell you. And by default, it's going to be set to this particular value. And most of the times we are not going to do anything right here because that is also the best considered project rate or sample rate that can be easily, the audio at this particular sample rate can be easily converted to an MP3 file or it can be easily burned into a CD. So that is what we are going to keep it always. And then we have a timer actually here. And here you can see that since we don't have any audio right now, it's showing us 080M0S. That basically stands for hours, minutes and seconds. So based on the duration of the audio that you are using or you are having in your Audacity software, it's going to show you that how many hours, how many minutes and how many seconds of audio clip you are actually working on. Right? And that breakdown is also present right here. So you can see that it starts from 00, it goes all the way. So based on how long you have the audio, it's actually going to display the waves right here. Okay. So let's try to actually record some audio. But before that, one more thing which I want to tell you, and that is basically the input and the output channels. Okay. So here you can see that we get this microphone symbol and here we get this symbol which is basically standing for the speaker. So obviously the microphone is going to be the input device and the speaker is going to be the output device. So input device is the device from which it's going to take the input. So whenever we are recording our voice, it's going to record our voice from the microphone, right? So that is basically the input device. Now, which microphone it is going to use? So if you just see here, we have another drop down. So if I just click on that, you can see we get a bunch of options. Okay. Now, this one is basically the default one. And here I have an extra one, which is headset MIDI collar mic. That is the mic which I'm actually using right now. That is basically a collar Bluetooth mic. And this is something which is going to differ from person to person, because based on the kind of external microphone you are using, if you're using any like collar mic or, mics that you can clip, or maybe some other wired mic or wireless mic. So based on the different kind of external mics you are using with your computer, you are going to get this option. So this varies from person to person. Okay, and then you are going to get some of the default ones. And we also have this option, which is basically Microsoft Sound Mapper. And that does what it is actually going to record your voice with the default input device or default, default sound recording device that you have set for your system. And that you can actually check. Like if I just search for the settings, so if I just search for sound, you can see that the output for now has been set to this headphones, the MIDI headphones, right? And the input device has been set by default to this microphone. That is the default one. And you can also see that since I am speaking right now, you can see that we get this blue line which expands all the way if I just speak a bit loudly. So that actually tells me that my microphone is working fine. Okay. So this is my default input device. So if I just select this option, which is Microsoft Sound Mapper, what it is essentially going to do is it's going to actually set my default input device, which I have set for my system, as the input device for Audacity, right? So this is basically the same thing as manually selecting the default one. So that is the thing. Now, similarly, since this was for the input device, we also have the same thing for my output device. So you can see that right beside my speaker icon, we have a drop down where again we have 4 options. And again, the same thing, we are going to have the MIDI headphones option, since this is the one which I'm using right now. And we also have the default option, and obviously we are going to have this Microsoft Sound Mapper option, which again, as I've already told you, is going to set your default output device that you have set for your system as the output device for Audacity. Right, so now that we have actually seen all of this, let's start recording. So I have already told you that this is the button that helps you to record audio. So I'm going to show you. So if I just click on this, I am recording my voice 1, 2, 3. So you can see that the moment I start speaking and I record my voice, we get these blue waves. Okay, so that actually indicates that these are the sound waves which are produced from my from the audio that I've just recorded. Okay, so as you can see that if I just play this, I am recording my voice 1, 2, 3. So you can see that we can play the audio clip that I've just recorded. Okay, now this was from the default mic which I have inside default mic of my computer, and this is the speaker. But let's say now I want to record with my MIDI mic. Okay, so I'm just going to select the input device as the MIDI mic, and now you will notice that the voice is going to sound a lot different, as well as the waveform is going to be different as well. So I'm just going to record again. I am recording my voice 1, 2, 3. So can you see the difference? I've actually, spoken at the same volume, but this is how it looks, the waveform when I'm recording with my normal mic or the default mic, but this is how it looks when I am recording with my MIDI mic. And not only the waveform is different, obviously it's going to sound a lot different as well. So let me just play this portion. So to play a particular portion and not the entire audio, what I can do is I can just double click on this part, and you can see that this part gets highlighted, telling me that now this portion of the entire audio is selected, and now I can just make any changes to this portion only. So I want to like play this portion, so I'm just going to hit the play button. Right? So this was a lot fainter as well as it was clearer, but this one right here, now if I just want to select this one again, I'm just going to double click on this portion and you can see that it gets highlighted. So if I just play this again, I am recording my voice 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you can see that this one has a lot of background noise and it's, the voice is not that smooth, it's pretty raw. So this was about how to record your voice and all about these basic tools that we will be using a lot in our further lessons. So I think this was all for this video. From the next video, we are going to discuss more about the Audacity interface as well as the other tools that we are going to use in Audacity. So if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button. Also, if you're new to J'sForum, subscribe. And if you haven't accessed this playlist already, please bookmark it because it's going to be pretty interesting and very useful. So we'll meet you in the next video. Until then, bye.